Welcome to Marlins Park in Miami. It's game one of a brief two-game series between the Red Sox and the Miami Marlins. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, joined tonight by Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Red Sox wrapping up this three-city tour with this brief two-game series, and tonight we'll see Stephen Wright on the mound.
Well, Stephen Wright has made the most of his opportunity. Last two starts, he has been dazzling. You're talking about 17 punch-outs in 15 innings, and his last time out couldn't have been any better. You talk about when a knuckleballer's on his game. Swings and misses. The ball's falling off the table. The Yankees had absolutely no chance. He put them in a funk for about 3 or 4 days, you know, him and Dickey, and it's not going to get any better than this. And you wonder going forward how much better he can be. You know, he's like the likes of, like I said, once again, Dickey, Wakefield. They did it for a long, long time. And when you've got it going on, you take it as far as you can take it. And if he can keep it going like he had against the Yankees, this is as good as it gets. And his name will be thrown around in this rotation going forward next year.
That's the key for him right now. It's sort of an audition as tonight marks his 9th start of the year for Stephen Wright. It's Wright up against the Marlins from Miami. We're back with the first pitch right after this. Toyota's website for deals by Toyota.com. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. The Kia Sorento. Southern New Hampshire University. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Welcome back to Marlins Park in Miami. Game one of a brief two-game series between the Red Sox and the Marlins. Well, the Red Sox will be without their closer for the remainder of the year after this line drive on what worked out to be the final out of Friday night's game in Detroit off the wrist area of Koji Uehara. He went back to Boston to get checked out. Turns out he will be lost for the year with a fracture on that wrist. So the Red Sox now will use a bullpen by committee. Let's send it down to Garrett Austin for more.
Thanks, Don. But it turns out Koji Uehara is not the most recent addition to the DL. It's manager John Farrell, who had hernia surgery in Detroit. Farrell rejoined the team today, gave an update on Uehara, how that affects the bullpen, and who could potentially fill the closer role.
I think everybody who saw the line drive, you know, you hold your collective breath. Unfortunately, the fracture shows up. I know Koji's such a competitor. He doesn't want to just shut down completely, but you know, his health is primary or the priority. But yeah, after Friday night and then to come in and have the CAT scan revealed as a fracture, disappointing, but we got to take care of Koji. I mean, it's usually 6 weeks of shutdown just to let the bone heal, and that would be the guess. Now, that's not just. There's no plans right now for him to start throwing earlier just to test it. Everything points to him being full go in spring training. A couple of candidates to close. I said the other day that Taz would be one. Possibly Machi. we'll get Ryan Cook's feet on the ground here, and we'll see where things go. But we've got multiple options from which to choose from right now.
We are definitely in Miami. It's the Marlins and Red Sox coming your way next on NESN. Tonight, and the Red Sox, after having yesterday off, about to finish off this road trip here in Miami tonight with the roof closed. Very humid outside. A pretty good storm made its way through about an hour ago. And we also just got the news on John Farrell that he has departed the ballpark and headed back to the hotel and will not be managing the club tonight, as Garen just updated us on his hernia surgery yesterday in Detroit. He was back with the team prior to the game and out there for batting practice, but decided at the end of batting practice to go back to the hotel. So tonight, there is your manager. Acting manager Torey Lovullo will be managing the Red Sox tonight against the Marlins. As Torey, of course, the bench coach on a regular basis, and he will be the manager tonight.
A very capable manager position for him. I mean, he's had a lot of opportunities past off season, interviewing a lot of different jobs. I'm surprised he didn't get one last year, but it's good for him. One night, it's kind of surprising with the Farrell thing. It just sort of came out of the blue. I mean, who does that?
Yeah,
in the middle of a road trip? I mean, usually you plan something like that, don't you? Unless something must have come up.
Now, having done yesterday, we saw him walk through the clubhouse as he returned here today at about 5 p.m. He made his way through the Red Sox clubhouse as the Marlins take the field tonight in Miami. As they do, let's check out the Red Sox starting lineup. It's brought to you by your Eastern Hyundai dealers. Leading it off and in center field and returning to the Red Sox is Mookie Betts, with Brock Holt at second base. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop bats third, with David Ortiz back at first base for some interleague play. Pablo Sandoval at third base, with Blake Swihart doing the catching. Brusney Castillo is in right field, with Jackie Bradley Jr. in left batting eighth. And Stephen Wright on the mound tonight. He'll bat ninth in the Red Sox order. Marlins starting pitcher presented by your New England Nissan dealers. It is Justin Nicolino on the mound. It'll be his third start, just called back up again today. 1-1 with a 4.09 earned run average, 4 strikeouts and 3 walks, and opponents hitting at .256 against Nicolino. Now the Marlins defensively brought to you by DraftKings. Martin Prado, Adini Echeverria at shortstop, with D. Gordon at second base. It is Justin Moore at first base, left to right of the outfield. Derek Dietrich in left, Cole Gillespie in center, and Ichiro Suzuki in right. JT Realmuto does the catching for Justin Nicolino. Tonight's umpires are brought to you by Buick. Experience a new Buick lineup during this year's Sign and Drive. See your local Buick dealer today. Paul Emmel has a play call on the balls and strikes, with the crew chief Jerry Meals at first base, Andy Fletcher at second base, and Jordan Baker, he is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game. A lot of activity on the Red Sox roster in the last day or so, even though yesterday was an off day. Lots of moves, as it turns out. Tommy Lane called up from the Pawtucket Red Sox. Justin Masterson, after Sunday's game in Detroit, was designated for assignment. Mookie Betts activated from the 7-day DL in the lineup tonight as Devin Marrero optioned back to the Pawtucket Red Sox. Ryan Cook, who's yet to make his Red Sox debut, has been recalled from Pawtucket in his year, and Koji Uehara, of course, with a fractured wrist, placed on the DL really for the remainder of the year, but right now on the 15-day DL to begin that stint. As the Red Sox returning here to Miami to take on the Marlins, and Mookie Betts returning to the Red Sox lineup will lead it off here for Boston. And Mookie, of course, going through a series of tests orchestrated by Major League Baseball when it comes to concussions. He passed all of those tests, played in one rehab game, and here he is back with the Red Sox as Justin Nicolino ready to work here. And the first pitch of the ball game is in there for strike one, and we're underway. Well, Mookie went over the wall that night. I think the head was probably the last thing I was thinking about. I was thinking about shoulder, wrist, anything else that he may have hurt himself on. It ended up, and as he was walking off the field, he kind of went down to one knee and then sat down and realized that he was not in good shape head-wise.
That was the scary part when he came on one knee. I mean, everybody forgot the fact that, it was a nice play. It was kind of a dangerous thing, but they thought he was okay. And he did drop the ball. It was a spectacular play if he would have held on. But still, it seems like he's been gone a month.
Yeah, it does.
It really does.
And the 2-1 pitch here from Nicolino. And that's in there for strike two, 2-2.
Once again, we're seeing another left-hander. We saw Daniel Norris earlier in Detroit. Same type of pitcher, a little 90-mile-an-hour fastball, changeup, little breaking ball.
23-year-old as this one is lined sharply into center field. A ringing single for Mookie Betts to get the ball game started. And of course, he is returning from the catch that he tried to make up over the center field wall here and into the bullpen in right center field. Had the ball, of course, going over the wall, but then dropped it. He made contact with the ground, ended up with a concussion on the 7-day concussion list. And there's Pablo Sandoval right away saying it's his head.
You saw how it shivered when he hit the ground back in the bullpen.
Lead runner on for the Red Sox here is Brock Holt. He's jumping on the first pitch, fouling it off to the left and out of play.
Mookie hasn't been around for 10-12 days, and he gets a changeup, stays on it, drives it up the middle. Hasn't skipped a beat.
Well, Nicolino acquired a 12-player deal with Toronto in November 2012. Almost threw that one away. And his back is Mookie Betts, always with a big lead.
A little quick toss to first base, almost threw it away.
Holt on the ground by the mound as Gordon charges in. Will go to first base for the only play he really had. And it's 4-3 on the put out of Brock Holt as Mookie Betts takes second base on the ground out. So one away, runner in scoring position. That'll bring up Xander Bogaerts. So Justin Nicolino making the start tonight for the Marlins. Third career major league start. Called today. Marks his second stint with Miami this year. Made 2 starts for the Marlins in his first call up and was 1-1. He was back in June. He has been pitching at AAA with New Orleans. 7-7 with a 3.52 ERA at AAA. As Xander takes strike one.
This rotation isn't anything like it they left for spring training. Everybody is gone, whether it's a trade. You talk about Dan Herron, Matt Latos went to the Dodgers. One of the probably the biggest surprise of the year was that you saw right there the general manager taking the seat as manager.
And the start and a stop for Betts at second base doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, it really was a surprise when Jennings did take over the time, moving from general manager into the dugout. And apparently he's really enjoying his stint right now as manager, even though things have not gone all that well.
How do you enjoy this?
I don't know.
This is brutal.
He likes managing.
He must love it.
Fouled off to the right, out of play. And the Marlins coming in at 44-68. They're 16 games back of the Mets in the National League East.
Philly just went ahead of them, so you know you're going bad. But Philly's been playing well the last couple of weeks. Meanwhile, they're in the basement.
Inside, and it evens at 2-2 now to Xander Bogaerts. 400 with runners in scoring position for Xander. 49 RBIs.
It's got to lead the league. Nobody's better than that.
Big Papi David Ortiz waiting on deck, playing at first base defensively tonight. Xander to left field. Dietrich will play it on a hop. Stopping at third base is Betts as Dietrich gets it back in. It's a base hit to left field for Bogaerts, and it's first and third for Boston with one out.
The beat goes on for Bogaerts with runners in scoring position. He didn't score on that hard hit ball to left field. I had thought, you know, this left fielder's playing so deep. I know he hit it hard. Mookie Betts can score on a play like this. I'm surprised Butterfield held him up. You see the throw offline. He probably would have scored, but better safe than sorry.
So they're at the corners with one down for David Ortiz. David at 249 coming in, 23 homers and 65 runs batted in. Last 16 games he's hit at 344 with a 437 on base percentage and a 770 slugging percentage in the last 16 games. And a very good series in Detroit, where he was 6 for 12 in the series. In those 3 games against the Tigers, had 2 homers and 5 RBIs, and the Marlins opting not to shift against David. Throw to first, and back to the bag is Bogaerts.
Ortiz hitting so much better off left-handed pitching now. It was so bad there for so long. He's turned it all the way around.
Inside, 2-0. For his last 3 against lefty, still at just 192 overall on the year. 4 of the 23 home runs he has on the year off lefties. Fouls it off at the dish.
Back-to-back changeups.
This marks your first visit to Marlins Park.
You see this changeup, he leaves inside, he gets a piece of it. What's the first thing you think of when you walk in here? It's,
that center field piece.
I mean, I can pitch here. This is the biggest yard in the league.
And this is on the ground to second base. D. Gordon will go to second for 1. Back to first for 2. A double play gets Nicolino out of a first inning jam. Red Sox do not score. The Marlins are coming up. Face. The Red Sox starting pitcher is presented by your local New England Audi dealer, Stephen Wright. 16th appearance, 9th start, 5-4 with a 4.12 earned run average, 48 strikeouts, 22 walks, and opponents hitting at .238 against Wright. Fresh off a very good outing against the Yankees. 8 innings, 1 run, had 9 strikeouts along the way to get the win. Steve Gordon leading it off here for Miami. And a chance here really for Wright to audition for future years here in the rotation, and only a chance to do that, and we'll see how the knuckler dances tonight in the Dome.
The audition is going very well to this point, is it not?
So far so good.
You can't help but think, of some of the knuckleball pitchers in the past, especially with Wakefield. He'd been here for so long.
Towards Holt at second base, charging in, a flip underhanded for the first out. Now the Marlins lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. D. Gordon at second base with Martin Prado at third base. Derek Dietrich is in left field with Justin Bohr at first base. Cole Gillespie in center field. JT Realmuto does the catching. Ichiro Suzuki in right field. Adini Echeverria is at shortstop, and Justin Nicolino, the pitcher, bats ninth. 5-game hitting streak for Echeverria coming in. 1 out for Martin Prado. He'll take strike 1 from Stephen Wright.
But getting back to the knuckleball pitcher, talk about Wakefield, how successful he was here, and 30-year-old rookie. That you never know when you're going to take off. I mean, whoever thought the R.A. Dickey was going to win a Cy Young award, right? And he was what? He had to be in his late 30s when he won that. You never know.
Wins.
Yeah.
Was for the New York Mets, winning the National League Cy Young Award. Prado fouls that off and is down 1-2.
I mean, Phil Niekro won more games after 40 years old. It's incredible what he did.
How old was Charlie Huff?
I know. It means nothing how old you are.
One, 2 to Prado. And a very defensive swing there, and he strikes out. First K for Wright of the night. So 2 down as we check out the Red Sox defensively. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Third to first, Pablo Sandoval, Xander Bogaerts, Brock Holt, and David Ortiz at first. Left to right of the outfield, Jackie Bradley Jr. with Mookie Betts at center, and Rusney Castillo in right. As Blake Swihart does the catching for Stephen Wright. 2 down here in the first inning. Brings up Derek Dietrich.
Oh,
that one almost up near his face as he jumps back out of the way.
That's crazy. Back-to-back pitches that absolutely just took off both different directions. You saw Prado almost got hit, and then the other way.
Ooh. We're talking about pitchers who are loose on the days that they start. Saying Stephen Wright before the ball game today, he's about as loose as it gets on the day when he starts.
I think you have to be like that to be a knuckleball pitcher. I mean, they're in their own world.
A pop up left side. Pablo Sandoval is there to make the catch that ends a 1-2-3 first inning for Stephen Wright. We're scoreless from Miami. The decor of Marlins Park. Text 1 for yes, text 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. One message per vote. Visit NESN.com/terms for terms and conditions as well as privacy policy. A lot of stuff going on here at Marlins Park, but I think the biggest thing is that thing out in center field as this heads out to center. Gillespie comes in and makes the catch on Sandoval for the first out. This is your first visit here. Your thoughts?
First of all, we're up here so high. And we were just in Detroit. In Detroit, there's a lot of outfield. You think about it. But when you look down, I think this is, that is a lot of room to cover for these outfielders. And then that ugly thing that we're looking at out there, the only person that could hit that is Stanton, right? Nobody else can. They've got to consider moving the fences in, you would think. They have a hard time hitting home runs. He's the only one, and he's in his own world.
418 to straightaway center field here. And then you got 344 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line. The power alleys here, there's lots of space out there. But as far as the decor goes, it is definitely Miami. There's a lot of color going on here.
Yeah, that lime green is not pretty. It's just not. It's ugly. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know.
And what do you think of that thing in center field? You mentioned the thing out there.
I try not to look. I try not to look at what happens. Does somebody go bridge? It jumps up. It goes off.
All of the flamingos go crazy. It lights up the.
So it's like the Brewers guy that goes up and down. And things still start going off.
Exactly. It's like a giant party favor.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Down the right field line. This will make its way foul. Blake Swihart getting the start, moving up in the order.
I just can't get over the fact that they got something done so quickly. In Miami, they get a stadium like it's no big deal, and it's so hard. Other ball clubs that need stadiums desperately that can't get one.
Nice rangy play. Echeverria gets up, and his throw is in time. Swihart looking at Arnie Baylor to see whether or not they should challenge this. And Torrey Lovello coming up to the top step. Chile checking it out now in the video room of the Red Sox clubhouse, and we'll see what they're going to do. Whether they challenge or not. Nice play either way.
That's Maria getting on his knees and getting up quickly and put something on this. Bang, bang. I think he's out. Not a big stretch there by Bohr, but what a great play. The range Echeverria has got. He's one of the best in the National League. You see, does it get in the glove? Ooh.
Red Sox are not going to challenge. Lovello back to the bench. Again, the acting manager tonight for the Red Sox, John Farrell, having hernia surgery yesterday in Detroit. Was here for batting practice but returned to the hotel before the game. So Lovello, the manager for tonight's ball game. Rusney Castillo down in the count 0-1.
That was a great play when you consider what he did. That ball was sharply hit, and he went on his knees to slide, and he knew he couldn't lose his balance or he's going to be safe. And he just probably the routine for him, but he's a great shortstop.
Close pitch called the ball.
Talk about the kid Simons from Atlanta being the best.
And Drelton Simmons,
Simmons. This guy's right with him.
Driven to left field, but there's plenty of room out there. Dietrich waiting to make the catch on Rusney Castillo. Red Sox down in order. We're scoreless from Miami. 2, the Dodgers and the Boston Braves played a doubleheader, and it marked the first time a Major League game was telecast in color. Dodgers won the game 8-1. Braves won game 2 8-4. Twisted Tea is the hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. We talk about all the colors going on here in Miami. As color television. Lots of colors going on in left center field. Also the thing out there that was, you know how much that cost to build?
You know?
Yes.
Huh.
$2.5 million, that thing.
God, that's ridiculous.
Yes. But it does a lot of stuff. Maybe you'll see a home run in the 2-game series. If you do, then you'll get a chance to see how it lights up and those fish swing around. The flamingos do stuff. This is down the line and right foul.
It's the flamingo thing, right?
Yeah.
That's Florida.
Yes.
Flamingos.
Of course, the skyline of Miami beyond the left field fence through the glass. You can see it here, and it's stormed. Really, I mean, if they didn't have this roof, definitely wouldn't have been any batting practice. It went through pretty quickly, but that's a daily event here in Miami. Have to have the roof. As we found out when we were coming here to Dolphin Stadium for a number of years.
Right, you never have batting practice. That's what ends up happening. The home team, I mean, the visiting team never has batting practice because it starts to rain at 5 o'clock.
Swing and a miss. Striking out is Justin Bohr, the first baseman, second K of the night for Wright. Now the Red Sox end of summer family pack is back this year from August 17th through August 23rd. Take the whole family to Fenway Park. And, free parking, a free duck boat ride, free hot dog and Coke. Visit redsox.com/family pack for tickets. One out here in the second inning for Cole Gillespie. 281. As he takes a pitch downstairs for ball 1.
Stephen Wright, boy, he's feeling it. I mean, I talk about, he pitched against the Yankees. I think R.A. Dickey pitched right after that.
Yep.
And, 2 knuckleballers can ruin an offense for a week. I mean, it really does.
They didn't win a game in that series.
No.
And their offense was going so well at the time.
They had scored 90 runs in about 10 games, whatever it was. Just crazy.
Lined into right field. Base hit for Gillespie, first base runner of the night for the Marlins. So a 1-out single for Gillespie.
Nice piece of hitting, really just waiting on this. The ball's up, didn't really do a whole lot, just flicks it to right field.
One out, one on. JT Realmuto coming up here. 247, 6 homers, 29 runs batted in. A rookie here. He's had a very good season. Has 5 triples. Leads all catchers in that category.
Machi was here, right?
Yes.
Didn't last very long, just a little over a year.
Realmuto hitting at 281 in the last 45 games. I didn't realize he had started as a shortstop.
Right, they drafted him as a shortstop, so he was very athletic behind the plate. Those little nuggets that you get from talking to somebody, we have no idea.
Ichiro Suzuki waiting on deck. The Marlins were at Fenway Park for a 2-game series earlier this year. Red Sox winning both of those games at Fenway. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Realmuto. Throw to first and relatively close there as Gillespie just got back. Well, David Ortiz at first base tonight defensively. The Sox returning to interleague play. He's done a nice job when he has been asked to play first base defensively. This is the first time the Red Sox have been down here to Miami to play the Marlins. since 2012. The Red Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Marlins. That is in there for strike 3. Third strikeout for Stephen Wright. 2 down.
This thing's moving all over the place, but it ends up right down the middle. Look at that wiggle. Middle. Frozen.
2 down here in the second inning brings up Ichiro. Look at 248 for the Marlins. A home run, 16 runs batted in. He has 2,909 hits in the majors since coming over from Japan.
So 101 hits, and then is he signed through just the end of this season?
His
contract's up?
Yep.
So he's not going to make it to 3,000. Will he get another chance with somebody else? He hasn't got much left. But when you consider he's got over 1,000 in Japan,
right.
I mean, he's over 4,000, right?
Yes, 1,278 in Japan. You combine the two, 4,187 career hits between the majors and Japan.
What a catch. I mean, this is a spectacular catch. Almost a strike.
Now Ichiro jumping back out of the way. Ball 4, and down to first base he goes. First free pass served up by Stephen Wright of the night. Now tune in next Tuesday and Wednesday to Nesson for coverage of the WEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, presented by Arbella Insurance and sponsored in part by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 2 on, 2 down here for the Marlins in the second inning. Dini Echeverria standing in. We'll take strike 1. Field set up straight away. 30th pitch of the night for Stephen Wright. Echeverria we first saw as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays.
They knew it was going to be a good one. I mean, that was a big part of that trade.
On the ground down the third baseline. Sandoval coming in. He's not going to have a play anywhere. The bases are loaded. Infield hit for Echeverria. Good speed down the line. No chance for Sandoval.
Pretty much a swinging bunt. Sandoval playing fairly deep to begin with. He's got no chance. You got to eat this ball. Bases loaded now. Luckily the pitcher's coming up. Too much speed there. No harm. You can handle this when you're in the National League with the pitcher coming up.
Nicolino takes ball 1. 0 for 4. Chance to help out his own cause here, batting in the bottom of the second inning. Called a strike. Wonder if you're more apt to throw fastballs in some instances than the knuckleball.
I was going to say he doesn't want to fall behind 2-0 and then try to lay something over. Might as well hurry up and get rid of a fastball.
1-2.
This ball down in the strike zone.
On the ground to first base. Big Poppy's got it. He will flip to the pitcher Wright, who covers for the out that gets Wright out of the jam. The Marlins leave the bases loaded. No score through 2. And data strong fan and just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Tweet your photos now. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Well, nice play by David Ortiz at first base to end last inning with the bases loaded.
Sharply hit ball by the pitcher. You see David gets to it. Nice little pick. Thought he was going to take it himself. He flips to right. Bases loaded left. Just don't get carried away and play him every day. That's all he says.
So it's on to the third inning, and leading it off here for the Red Sox, Jackie Bradley Jr. We followed by Stephen Wright and Mookie Betts. And Bradley fouling it off to the left, out of play. Get immediate care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. First aid station behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. BIDMC is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox.
Amazing day there for Jackie on Sunday. 5 RBIs, a triple, and a home run off left-handed pitching. I tell you, he went to work on some fastballs inside in Detroit.
A 5 RBI day. Now he drives this out to deep center field. Gillespie on the run, lays it out, can't get it. To the track of the wall, Bradley is thinking 3, and he'll head in that direction without a problem, standing with a triple to begin things here in the third inning.
Boy, and the beat goes on for Jackie Bradley. He puts a charge into this one. Once again, a left-hand pitcher leaves a little breaking ball middle, and he just drives this ball. And this is a big part of the ballpark. And if you're thinking if this ball gets by him, it's trouble, and it dived. All of a sudden you're thinking inside the park, but he'll take 3. But he has been aggressive at the plate. Gets a pitch to hit and drills it over the center fielder's head.
Now the infield in all the way around. Stephen Wright, the pitcher, takes ball 1. Wright taking batting practice earlier this week. Preparation for his start and batting tonight in this National League ballpark.
Nothing to be afraid of. A 90-mile-an-hour fastball, a little changeup.
His first at bat, waiting on a 2-0 pitch. Swinging away, grounding it back to the mound. So Bradley stays at third as Wright is retired at first base. More to go when it goes back to the mound.
.2-0 pitch, sharply hit, one hopper. Glove hand.
So runner at third, 1 down, and Mookie Betts coming up. That's single to center field in the first inning. One of 3 Boston hits on the night. Oh, for ball 1.
Hasn't got a whole lot to get you out with. You see the velocity, not much. Little changeup, turns it over a little bit. You saw the breaking ball to Jackie, not much there. Crushed.
What about the time off for Betts, playing the 1 game?
Did he go bridge yesterday or something? Somebody said at Portland, I think he hit a home run.
2 for 4 with a solo home run.
There you go.
1 rehab game with the Sea Dogs. Sun headed down here in Miami off the skyline beyond the left field fence. On the ground and through into right field, a base hit, and from third comes Jackie Bradley Jr. Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. Mookie Betts off the DL, 2 hits tonight. He drives in the game's first run.
You know, not trying to get too big with 2-0, just doing what you're supposed to do. Just hit it hard. Big hole there. Infield in, RBI.
So Betts at first with 1 out, and Brock Holt the batter. Right after the Marlins had their best opportunity of the game with the bases loaded, and Wright got out of that jam. Strike one right down the middle.
Is it me, or are we? Is this salad?
I would say so far it's
on the
looking that
salad
way.
side. This is salad side. I mean, nothing against this kid. It's only his third start this year, but it's not. Velocity is not his game.
Back-to-back 90-mile-an-hour pitches. Hold now with Bogarts on deck. Red Sox getting a run here in the top half of the third inning.
That layoff probably rejuvenates a guy been playing all every day. Get beat down by this game. I don't care if you're young or not. Takes its toll. He must be feeling good, fresh.
Especially this time of the year. Red Sox playing their 113th game of the year.
There goes
Betts. Kicked in the dirt by Realmuto, and his throw is not in time. Stolen base for Mookie Betts.
Feeling feisty there, ready to go. Haven't seen him steal a bag in a while. Obviously he's been hurt, but I meant this is safe, easy. The throw up too high almost overruns the bag. Couldn't get the tag down. Hold on.
14th theft of the year for Betts in scoring position with one down. And Holt will take it downstairs. Brock 4 for 24 on the road trip. A trip that began in New York and went to Detroit. Off day yesterday. Now this brief 2-game series against the Marlins tonight, and we'll play late afternoon baseball tomorrow. Ball 4, and down to first base goes Holt. DraftKings.com is paying out over $300 million this baseball season. DraftKings has given out $34 million to Boston residents alone since the site launched. Get your free entry into a one-day fantasy baseball contest today using promo code NESSON. So 2 on, 1 out, and Xander Bogaerts coming up.
These guys should be licking their chops, watching what they're seeing.
Miami has a staff with a 3.88 earned run average, right in the middle of the National League.
That's a big yard. It's a good place to pitch.
Ball 1.
I think they're last in the league in runs scored, though. That's the problem. Boy, he's leading the league in a few things.
Lighting up lefties. 396 for Bogaerts. Yeah, they are last in runs scored. In there for a strike right at the bottom of the zone. 1-1.
I said this before. Does he seem like he's so far off the plate? Has he always been like that?
I feel like he has. I don't think he's moved a lot.
I don't know why, but he steps into it when he makes his move towards the plate. But open stance.
Of course, he has made that adjustment this year to going the other way with regularity. Right. On the ground towards shortstop. Echeverria to second for 1. On to first for 2. Double play ends at third, but the Red Sox grab a run, take a 1-0 lead. Fair now at Southwest.com. Beautiful city of Miami, where the Red Sox play 2 games. Jackie Bradley Jr. getting it started with a triple last inning, would come around to score. For game's first run, Red Sox leading it 1-0. D. Gordon, the top of the order, leading it off. Gordon grounded out to second base in the first inning, 0 for 1.
Gordon, one of the bright spots here for the Marlins this year.
.325 the batting average. 5th in the league. And a swing and a miss here. He strikes out. That's 4 strikeouts down for Stephen Wright.
He's pretty much doing what he wants with the knuckleball, in and out. Different speeds. This ball goes down and away. Baffling.
1 down here in the 3rd inning. Martin Prado struck out swinging his last time up. Prado really has been well traveled.
He went in that the Eovaldi trade with the Yankees. He and David Phelps, right, for Eovaldi. I like Prado.
Started his career with the Atlanta Braves, breaking in 2006. And in Atlanta, Arizona, and then the Yankees. Now here with the Marlins. He had a .316 in the 37 games he played with the Yankees last year. Makes it 2-1 for ball 3. Yeah, that involved Garrett Jones also as part of that deal. Nathan Eovaldi. Strike 2. Four strikeouts through 2 1/3 so far tonight for Wright. On the ground, left side to Bogaerts, who plays the high hop. Throws out Prado, 2 down. Well, if you missed the new Charlie Moore Outdoors last weekend, catch it tomorrow night. Super Bowl champion Joe Bolano gets fishing lessons from Charlie, and the two hit the golf course. Tune in for Charlie Moore Outdoors tomorrow night at 8:30.
You been on his show?
I have. It's been a long time, though.
Has it?
2001, I believe I was on. So we're talking about.
Where did they do it? Down in Florida?
No, we went on Lake Winnipesaukee. Dietrich, the batter, taking strike 1.
What did you catch?
A bunch of bass.
Oh,
A bunch of
so
bass.
you have to have those shiners. What do they call those things?
No, we use lures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lures. I don't know anything. I just don't want to touch them.
You don't want to touch a fish or the bait?
I don't want to touch the bait. I don't want any problem. I don't mind, yanking lips, as they say, right? But take it off. Get the net.
Yeah, you're not taking it off?
I don't want to take it off. I'm sorry.
So I guess you don't fish then, is what you're telling me, pretty much. Unless you're going on a charter and they take care of that stuff for you.
Yeah, I haven't fished in a long time. We used to do it years ago, Winter Haven.
Yep.
Yaz and Dewey, and they made me do it. And then I didn't want to touch anything.
In the right field, a 2-out base hit. Dietrich aboard with the 3rd Marlins hit of the night off Stephen Wright.
Late change in the lineup, right? Yelich was supposed to start. Really young, talented player that they have.
And Dietrich moving to left field with Gillespie going into center field for tonight's game. Here is Justin Bour. Struck out swinging in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Lined into right field, a base hit. Dietrich will stop at second base. Throw goes to 3rd. And it's now 1st and 2nd as the Marlins have something going with 2 down in the inning.
They're just letting it fly. First pitch they see. This is the guy that can hit the ball out of the ballpark, too. Doesn't do much, just stays right there, and he rifles it into right field. Back-to-back knocks.
Dietrich at second, Bohr at first with 2 down for Cole Gillespie. Gillespie signed as a minor league free agent. And it takes ball 1. Time in Arizona, San Francisco, Chicago with the Cubs, Seattle, and Toronto.
Man, he's been around the block.
Yes, sir. First year here for him with the Marlins. Out of Oregon State University.
Steve Lyons' alma mater. I just know that because he always talks about it. Who else went there? Ellsbury, right?
Yes, I think so. Real pitch in there for a strike.
There's a little 84-mile-an-hour fastball. We've seen him get up to 89, right? He punched out Teixeira the other night.
2 on, 2 down here for the Marlins. A little bit low, and that's going to load the bases, and it can happen fast. And here it is again. The Marlins, the second straight inning they've had the bases loaded. This time it comes with 2 outs in the inning. That's a second walk charged to Stephen Wright. Well, JT Realmuto, who struck out looking in the second inning. Little check swing, foul.
Every time you have a knuckleballer and a guy on third base, you just think that you can't throw the nasty one.
Dietrich at third, Bohr at second, Gillespie at first with 2 down. And a swing and a miss, got away from Swihart, but not far enough for Dietrich to try it, and it's 0-2.
This ball is allergic to wood. Look at this. Straight down.
Wow. That's a movement, late
Isn't
movement, too.
It's like the son of. Remember that movie that was out? It happens every spring. The guy, professor or something, puts some stuff on a ball and it just disappears against. It's allergic to wood. Or whatever.
That's a good thing if you're a pitcher.
And you throw it and there's no chance. It's amazing.
All right, trying to get out of another bases loaded jam. Second time in 2 innings. To center field. Betts was shallow going back. He will make the catch. Mookie Betts runs it down. Wright gets out of the jam again. Eastern Bank is here to make your banking and your day easier. See how at easternbank.com. Here, your first Eastern Bank. Well, it is on to the 4th inning back in Miami. David Ortiz, Pablo Sandoval, Blake Swihart face Justin Nicolino. Red Sox getting a run in the 3rd, lead it 1-0. As Ortiz grounded into a double play in the 1st inning. One of 2 double plays turned tonight by the Marlins defensively, who are now shifting again on David Ortiz. And Stephen Wright getting out of another bases loaded jam.
A little branch work. Everybody can use branch work here and there during the game.
So now the Marlins have left 6 men on base for the first 3 innings.
You know, the way he pits out, you'd think he's throwing 100 miles an hour, doesn't it? He's working hard.
Ortiz grounds it foul, and it's 2-2. Ace Ticket has great deals on the best seats to the Red Sox and Patriots games, as well as all the summer concerts at Fenway. Visit aceticket.com. Ace Ticket, it's more than a ticket.
Change up.
And Ortiz grounds a foul ball down the first base line.
You got to stay back off this guy. You can't throw his gas by you, right? At 90 max.
This is 3rd major league start. 2nd stint of the year for Nicolino here with the Marlins.
A little breaking ball away.
And Ortiz takes it foul the other way.
That slider had a bullet down the left field line written all over it, and all that gap over there. Are you kidding me? Another changeup.
And Ortiz out ahead.
And he's smiling at him out there.
Broken bat on a soft ground ball, bobbled. The Nicolino had time to recover. The bat was headed out at him first.
Kind of scared Nicolino. I mean, that ball's right back to him. He almost boxed that play. He must have had the bat on his mind, right? I mean, how do you mess up that play? He goes from smiling to hitting a busted bat right back at you. That's kind of embarrassing for Ortiz when you do something like that, especially after smiling at him. The bullet he hit the last time took his eye off it. All the time in the world, but surprised him with a fastball in.
Brings up Pablo Sandoval. He'll take strike 1. Pablo flied out to center field in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Well, tonight's key matchup brought to you by Honda. Start something special with a great deal on a Honda. Pablo Sandoval here at Marlins Park. 12 for 26 at 462 coming into tonight. 3 doubles. Home run, 8 RBIs. And today is Pablo's 29th birthday. Back to the mound, Nicolino. Knocks it down. Low throw, but it's dug out by Bohr for the 2nd out of the inning. So Nicolino having some fielding issues, this time on the throw.
Sometimes the ball comes back to you so quickly you forget to take a crow off. Watch. Well, he did. Then he threw him a little piece of nothing over there. Changeup. I think Bohr thought there was 3 outs.
Yeah, he was taking off.
Yes, he was taking off. A little bullet. Nice play. Picks it up. And then.
So 2 down here in the 4th inning. Brings up Blake Swihart. Grounded out to shortstop in the 2nd inning. Swihart has been catching Stephen Wright on a regular basis. It's 4 for 9 in the series against the Tigers over the weekend. Last 19 games, Swihart hitting at .303. Ground ball sharply hit to Echeverria at shortstop. And he throws out Swihart. Red Sox are down in order on 3 ground ball outs. It's 1-0 Boston. Helps make good things happen. Watch how good things are happening to local people at easternbank.com/goodthingshappen. A lot of cruise ships here in the Miami area, you might imagine. 1-0. Red Sox have the lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Weather is outstanding down here. The off day yesterday for the Red Sox. Ichiro jumping back out of the way of that pitch, up and in.
You got to be a professional bronze king to know what's going on down here, don't you? Or you're going to get scorched.
I'll tell you what, I would put you in that.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
You are a professional bronze king. This is in the air to left as Bradley was guarding the line. He's there to make the catch. I mean, as far as Hall of Fame goes, I mean, yes, you're a Hall of Famer. But you are a Hall of Fame bronzer. You had it going on yesterday.
I take a lot of pride in it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And this is the best place for it because you could look like a big league bronzer in 3 days. Right?
Easy.
In like an hour and a half.
But you can look stupid too, right?
If you get fried.
Oh, yes.
You don't want to get fried.
No,
it's easy to do.
No.
So, good off day for you yesterday.
It's good. It's good.
One down as Adini Echeverria stands in and takes strike one. Singled in the infield in the 2nd inning. 1 of 4 hits tonight for the Marlins. Right, with 4 strikeouts, 2 walks in his outing. There is pitch 65 of the outing. Didn't miss by a lot. In the air to deep left field. Bradley going back onto the warning track. He will leap and make the catch against the wall. Jackie Bradley Jr. reels it in. He has made some amazing catches, and tonight he can add to his resume with that one.
Oh my goodness, what a catch. This is another circus catch by Bradley. He makes this catch easy. I mean, he makes this like it's a can of corn. He climbs up the fence 3/4 of the way up and just like the routine. Flips it in. Thank you very much. That ball's bridge anywhere except here.
So 2 down in the inning, and Justin Nicolino now the pitcher batting. Look at this outfield right now. Jackie Bradley Jr. in left, Mookie Betts in center, Rusney Castillo in right. You got lots of speed in the outfield. They can all cover a lot of ground.
There's no doubt. I mean, you could put Jackie anywhere. You know, right field and Fenway, you'd be more valuable for him. But left field here, you've got to have somebody. I mean, Ramirez would have problems here in left field.
Yes.
He's not catching that ball.
No, I don't think he's anywhere near that ball.
He's not even close to it. No. He's playing it off the wall. Are you kidding me?
Especially from where Jackie started. He's playing relatively shallow and left. And it's a good thing because he will wander in here, make a much easier play, and end the inning. A 1-2-3-4 at the 1-0 Red Sox lead. Little Compton, Rhode Island. Plus here from Red Sox pitcher Joe Kelly. All that and more Saturday morning at 9 on Dining Playbook. Hopefully they're not cooking fish this weekend on Dining Playbook. That is one of the things here that you don't have in other ballparks. I mean, except for the Ray tank, of course, in Tampa. But you have yourself a full-fledged fish tank going on behind home plate. I mean, that's different.
It is.
It goes from one dugout to the other. And of course, you got the seats there as well. There's lots of stuff going on here.
It's weird.
You know, I actually like that, though.
Do you?
Yeah, I like it.
Huh.
It probably doesn't fit in a Major League Baseball yard, per se.
No, it doesn't.
But
that's why it's weird. But you like it.
I like it.
Okay.
Time now to check out the results of tonight's Dunkin' Donuts poll question. We asked, do you like the decor of Marlins Park? I'm seeing a lot on that right side. No, 62% of you said. I'm not crazy about the thing in center field, and I'm not crazy about the whatever color green that is on the walls here.
Right. I don't like the color. Lime.
Yeah,
It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Scoreboard's kind of hard to figure out.
Yes.
Right?
Lots of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff. I don't like it.
To right field, and Ichiro has room. Makes a catch out there to retire Castillo. Now on Sunday, Jackie Bradley Jr. outstanding play over the shoulder. Also had a home run, 5 RBIs in the game on Sunday, and tonight Had himself a triple, come around to score the first run.
Yeah, we get the defense, but it's the offense that has been kicking in lately.
And their first strike to Jackie Bradley Jr. here.
I mean, he makes some circus catches, and that was routine over the shoulder in Detroit. He had a beat on it.
And that was 420 feet away.
He makes this game easy, look easy defensively.
One. And that'll miss for ball 2. Fouls it off himself, and down he goes. Already wearing the protective guard down there in the inseam of the leg.
You know, that happens to him a lot. But then how about this ball? This cat's playing left field now. Zach climbs the ball about 3/4 of the way up. Like I said, routine for him. Not a lot of left fielders even get to that ball, but he's feeling this one.
Masai Takahashi, the trainer, out there checking on him.
You know, the fastball's in. We talked about all along about offensively with Jackie. He usually can't get to that fastball in. Last couple games he has.
Well, get him off the foot that is not protected there at the end of that guard. So we got one on there for the shin area.
It's amazing how many guys do it, isn't it? You got Hanley's not playing because of that.
Yep. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bradley looks at ball 3. Red Sox only able to get to Nicolino for a run so far, and he's now retired 5 in a row. And as Bradley fouls it back. First full count of the night. Stephen Wright waiting on deck. Red Sox batting here in the top half of the 5th inning. On the ground and off the glove. A bore at first base into right field.
Boy, they get that a base hit. You know you're going good right now. 3-2 fastball pulled in the hole right there. Bohr didn't really get to this ball. I mean, he got to the ball, got underneath his glove. You got to make that play. I think they'll give it a hit. You see, the ball got on him quickly.
It is a base hit. I'm with you, though. I think he's got to
he got to catch that ball. That ate him up.
So 2 hits on the night for Jackie Bradley Jr. is Wright squaring. He'll take ball 1.
Saw these guys taking batting practice the other day in Detroit. Couldn't help but think, don't pull anything.
Yep.
You know? For a couple of bats, just bunt.
Play Buchholz get injured.
Get carried away because you haven't been hitting. You want to go, get large.
Go bridge.
Yeah, I'm trying to go bridge. Next thing you know, you pull something that's stupid. That's why this whole league should be DH. Both leagues.
Pulls it back and takes a strike. A lot of people asking me. Most people can follow your verbiage.
Okay.
But branch work.
Branch
what is branch work?
Means you're lucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go up the tree and hold on to the branches.
You're sitting on a branch. Or you're holding
on to it because you don't want to fall down. So you get, the more luckier you get, the more higher you go, and it's a long ways down. But it's basically lucky.
Nicolino throws out Wright. The sacrifice. 1-4 as Bradley takes second base.
Nicely done. Sacrifice. Not an easy thing to do. Everybody thinks it's no big deal. lay down a bunt. It is.
Let's see the Red Sox take on the Mets in New York, where the Red Sox destination from August 20th through the 30th. Visit redsox.com/destinations. More information on this one-of-a-kind trip.
It's like the good saying goes, don't fall out of your tree, pal. You know, so it's like branch work. Hold on, because you're lucky.
Have a look at that bunt.
Gave him a nice pitch to bunt right down the middle. Nice technique.
So Bradley into scoring position with 2 down, and Mookie Betts 2 for 2 in the game.
You think about it, you just give him an out. Like, isn't that nice? Pitcher gets an out. It's not right.
That's why you got to pitch in the National League.
Right. You got to pitch in the National League.
2-0. Did you enjoy hitting with the Cubs?
Yeah, I like BP. I didn't like during the game. You know, it's not that easy. I mean, to me, bunting is not an easy thing to do because there's a little fear. You know, got to keep your nose in there to lay down a bunt. A little fear in hitting.
Yeah,
you know,
it's an added thing you got to worry about that night besides just pitching.
Yeah, I don't like it. And there's a whole lot of pitchers that can't hit. 99% of them. So do away with it.
3-0 pitch. And that's in there for a strike. I am told you had 3 home runs in your career.
Yeah,
so
I went bridge twice.
3 times.
Yes, and I went bridge twice in a matter of like 2 weeks. It was like,
really?
My goodness.
All of a sudden you thought you were a home run hitter? Or?
Yeah, and then they started twisting their wrists. I couldn't hit a curveball. But I got lucky.
It's sharply off the glove of Prado at third base. Coming around from second is Bradley. He will score. Throw goes to second. That's late. And the Red Sox take a 2-0 lead. Hot shot down to third that Prado couldn't handle.
That is a double bullet off of his wrist. 3 good swings tonight by Betts. Little breaking ball middle. He yanks this ball. That is a hot ball coming up. Nicks his glove, didn't get his wrist, but that's a double. Slows it down. He's hit the ball up the middle the other way and then yanks it for an RBI double.
It has been fun to watch. Jackie Bradley Jr. lately, and now Mookie Betts back in the lineup. Fun to see these guys play now a little bit here. With you know, you're looking towards what next year is going to look like, and who's going to be where.
Yeah, this kid's always. We knew he's exciting. The way he played in spring training continued. He had a little funk there for a while, about a month, but he came out of it.
Well, they charge an error on Prado at third base.
You go figure.
There's a pop-up left side of the infield. And Echeverria, the shortstop, will make the catch. It ends the inning. Red Sox out a run, take a 2-0 lead halfway through this one from Miami. send it down to Garrett.
Thanks, Don. Mookie Betts is excited to be back in the lineup. I talked to him before the game, and he said it finally hit him last night that he's ready to be back. Now, he also said that he's feeling a lot better, and he said he was a little bit apprehensive to slide in his rehab games, but he slid twice, and he's feeling great. And, guys, it doesn't look like he has missed a beat at all.
No, looking pretty good so far here tonight. As the Red Sox have taken a 2-0 advantage now. Hit the ball hard 3 times so far tonight. Last one, they charged a third baseman with an error. I thought that was a tough error.
So I thought it was a double. I mean, Bohr should have got the error on the Bradley ball.
Well, 3-0. Lee Gordon leading it off here for Miami. He's getting the arms out of the way, but that's a strike. We're 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second base and struck out swinging. Pitch 75 for Wright. It's in there for strike 2.
Back-to-back fastballs. You don't see that very often.
Seemed to surprise Gordon.
Another fastball.
And he grounds it towards second base. Brock Holt throws out D. Gordon for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Arbella Insurance Foundation is the proud presenting sponsor of the WEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. Arbella donates $50 for every strikeout thrown by a Sox pitcher, up to $100,000. Arbella Insurance Foundation, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. Martin Prado, the batter. Struck out swinging in the 1st inning, grounded out to short in the 3rd. Now 5 in a row retired by Wright. Marlins had very good opportunity in the 2nd and 3rd innings. Both innings the bases were loaded when Wright got out of both situations. This is the play we're talking about, as Prado was charged with an error. The ball kind of exploded on him and hit very hard.
Looks like a do-or-die pick, doesn't it? I know it's 2 hops. Was that 1 hop?
I think it was 1.
If that's 1 hop, forget about it. That is hot.
Give it to you in real time.
I mean, anything in front of you, you got to catch, or it's an error. Period.
On the ground, foul. Do it again. 3-2. 3rd full count of the night for Stephen Wright.
You know, as a pitcher, I think anything hit. I wonder what I would have thought if I was on the mound. That's where I have to go and be honest. Right?
Error, right?
I don't know, because I think everything should be caught. I'm begging.
The pop-up fouled off to the right.
It's easy to sit up here.
Well, see, that's the thing.
But if I'm pitching,
it's so funny. I work with Jerry, and Jerry always thinks it's the other way.
Right.
You know, the fielder, because he was a second baseman.
Right.
You're a pitcher.
Right. Up
you
here,
think this way.
I thought it was at a hit.
Yeah,
I really did.
Yeah.
So if I was down there pitching, I probably thought it was an error.
There's ball 4 running inside, and Prado works a walk. 3rd walk given up by Wright.
That's a problem with Wright. You just don't know. I mean, last couple games, his control has been so great. But with the knuckleball, you just don't know when it's going to go on him. And once again, keep the ball in the ballpark. That's been his problem. He'll give up a home run a game. Hopefully it's a solo. But you can challenge somebody in this yard, as we've seen so far. I mean, my goodness, that ball that Bradley caught has gone anywhere.
Right center field here at 392. Eric Dietrich, the batter. And this will get away. Prado heading for second base will get there without a problem.
And once again, that's a pass ball, but it's hard to blame Swihart with anything. You know, he gets a glove on it, but watch this thing take off. I mean, that's a pass ball. It's almost a strike. They call that a ball? I mean, close to being a strike.
Fastball charged to Swihart. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
So that fastball better be in a good spot, and it was.
Prado in scoring position at second base. One out here in the 5th inning. Really close pitch, but called a ball.
I mean, it's hard to frame that stuff.
He was worried about catching it, none less framing it.
Yeah. Kind of a nice little frame job on that last pitch.
Giant glove. Right, falling behind, 3-1. For the most part, Swihart's done a pretty good job. Dietrich fouling it back into the Marlins dugout. Well, for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 commitment once again this season. CVS Pharmacy, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. One down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Martin Prado at second base. 90th pitch for Wright. And it's in the air to right field, down the line towards the corner. Castillo over to make the catch. Tagging up at second base is Prado. He'll head to third with now 2 down. As Rusney Castillo goes into the right field corner back by the 335 marker to make that catch.
It scared me a little bit off the bat. I thought it had a chance, but he must have got the ball on the end of the bat here. Big outfield down the line, 335 down there, and Rusney makes a nice play on it for him and went quite a distance to get it. Routine.
And 2 down here in the 5th. Red Sox shifting here on the right side on Justin Bour. And tonight, Torey Lovullo, the acting manager for the Red Sox. John Farrell having hernia surgery yesterday in Detroit. Came to the ballpark today from Detroit, flying in from Detroit. Was here for batting practice, but back to the hotel before the game. And Torey Lovullo, the manager tonight. (2-0) to Bour. 3-0. Wright has walked 3, including 1 in this inning.
This is the biggest threat in their lineup. 10 home runs on this season. This big boy's got some pop.
You don't have to worry about Giancarlo Stanton. Ball 4, and he walks in. So down to first base goes Bour. 4th walk of the night allowed by Wright. Willis heading to the mound.
More than anything, just out there to give him a breather. What can you possibly tell him, right?
As a pitching coach,
what do you tell him?
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. Adam Power and Steve Lyons will break down tonight's game, and you'll hear from Stephen Wright. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason? What'd you get out of pitching coaches for the most part when they came out?
Not much.
They don't give you a lot, huh?
Not really. I mean, if anything, maybe a mechanical thing. But that's about it. I'm so zoned. Whatever. They just
generally you probably don't want to see him, I would think.
Yeah, just give you some time. Change lanes because I get in a hurry.
All right, jumping ahead here. Cole Gillespie, who has singled to right and walked in the game. Strike 2.
whatever he said's working pretty good so far.
Stephen Wright's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 4 2/3, 4 hits, no runs so far. 4 walks, 2 in this inning. Back towards the mound, right off the hill with a throw to first in time, and 2 more left by the Marlins. Let's take a look at the Red Sox box score. Game. Use hashtag NESN Data Strong Fan and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Tweet your photos now. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Some Pedro Martinez fans from the Hall of Fame as we head to the 6th inning. 2-0. Red Sox have the lead. Xander Bogaerts, David Ortiz, Pablo Sandoval in the inning. Xander single to left in the first, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 3rd inning. Nicolino back on the mound again. He's at 78 pitches, while Stephen Wright with the first 5 at 97 pitches.
He looks fresh too, but just by looking at the pitcher, and then you look at Stephen Wright, sweaty as can be.
Line to right and in for a base hit in front of Ichiro. It's time for Game Break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Adam? All right, Adam, thanks very much. Back here at Marlins Park in Miami. Red Sox and Marlins playing a 2-game series. Red Sox have a 2-0 advantage. Marlins into the shift. They keep it tight to the infield as David Ortiz stands in. And we'll take a look at strike 1. Low strike call. David has bounced into a 4-6-3 double play and grounded back to the mound. 0 for 2 tonight.
Borderline pitch, a little breaking ball down. Strike. Last time up, David got fooled on a fastball in and exploded his bat.
Toss to first, and Bogaerts back to the bag. Xander now 2 hits on the night. 1 to left, 1 to right. Into Ortiz now, the count of 2-1. Pablo Sandoval waiting on deck. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Well, the throw over, and this time Bogaerts dives back at first.
That wasn't pretty. See him fall back. He's not even off the bag.
No, he's just getting his lead when he went over there. On the ground and through. D. Gordon into right field. So heading for third base is Bogaerts. Had the shift on. Looked like it was going to work. But it gets through into right, and David Ortiz aboard. The Red Sox have runners at the corners with nobody out.
Now where are they going to give that? That sharply hit. I think that D. Gordon's got to catch this ball.
At least knock it down.
Right. I mean, it's sharply hit. I'm sure Ortiz wants a hit, but that should be an error. I couldn't even guess right now the way they've been going back and forth.
Base hit.
Base hit.
First hit of the night for Big Papi. First and third, nobody out. And Pablo Sandoval, the batter, is flied out to center and grounded back to the mound. This will get away. Coming from third base is Bogaerts. He will score. Red Sox take a 3-0 lead. Up to second base goes David Ortiz on a ball that gets through Real Muto.
Bogaerts gets a great jump on this ball. He was gone the instant that ball went behind the catcher. You see this ball shoved down the ground, gets away, not that far. The pitcher's not even covering home. Look at him. I mean, he's jogging to home, but he just took off. There's no play because the pitcher's not there. I don't think he would have maybe necessarily had one, but ugly fastball in the dirt, and then you don't hustle to get behind to go to home plate.
And their first strike to Pablo. Evens a count of 1-1. Oh, pop-up foul backing out of play. Kyle Bearclaw up in the pen right now. One of the Marlins' first action we've seen out there. Ortiz at second base. A run in, nobody out. Red Sox on top 3-0. Nicolino giving up a base hit to Bogaerts to begin the inning. A base hit to Ortiz. Then he uncorks the wild pitch. In the air, foul. Well, hey, Red Sox Nation, want the inside scoop from Dunkin' Donuts? Follow at Dunkin' Boston on Twitter for tweets about exclusive contests, news, and more happening in and around New England. The Red Sox run on Dunkin'. Sandoval's 29th birthday today. Looking for his first hit of the game. And he lifts a fly ball out to center field. Cole Gillespie is out there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. So Sandoval 0 for 3 in the ball game tonight. And it'll bring up Blake Swihart. Swihart has done the same thing twice. That's ground out to short. And Dini Echeverria has been up to the task on 2 occasions. Nicolino in his second stint in the majors here with the Marlins, as the pitching line brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers for Nicolino. 5 1/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them are earned. He's not struck anybody out tonight. Here's a liner foul. Hot shot off the bat of Swihart, but a foul ball.
He's plugging along, giving up what, 3 runs with. Thought they'd hurt him sooner than this. A couple double play balls helped him.
They got 1 in the first and 1 in the 3rd inning. To left center field, Gillespie coming from center will make the catch into the slide. We're out number 2. He's got 10 ground ball outs in this game. This was not, of course, a fly out to center, but 10 ground ball outs.
It says something, but to me, it's like I'm amazed that he's gone this far, not getting crushed, to be honest with you.
So 2 down, runner at second base, and here's Rusney Castillo. Castillo has flied out to left, flied out to right, 0 for 2 in the ball game.
Sometimes I think if you were right-handed, you threw the same stuff that this kid has, you wouldn't be in the big leagues. Something to do with being left-handed.
Foul back to the screen, 1-1. You see a lot of lefty relievers seem to hang on for years and years.
It's one thing, you know, getting one left-hander out, but to be a starter and last long, you've seen some swings. I mean, they've taken some healthy swings.
One pitch in there for strike 2. Action in the Red Sox pen. Not seen him yet. The Red Sox uniform, Ryan Cook. And Stephen Wright up to 97 pitches through the first 5 innings. Castillo to right center field. Hit well. Back towards the track on the wall. It's going to roll into the gap. From second base, Ortiz will score. Rusney is thinking 3. He will get there without a problem. It's an RBI triple, and the Red Sox have a 4-0 lead. Gapper out to right center field for Rusney Castillo.
A nice at bat for Rusney. He took a fastball in. He said he's sitting on something soft is what he was doing. He got it and drove it in the gap. That's a big gap out there that goes for a long time. A lot of triples out there in that gap.
And Jennings out to make the change here, it appears, with Nicolino, who had worked into the 6th inning. He's now been touched for 4 runs. Pitching change from Miami. Red Sox on top 4-0. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Well, back in Miami, Rusney Castillo's triple drives in the Red Sox 4th run on top 4-0. With 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Jackie Bradley Jr. the batter. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game tonight as he takes strike 1.
What's this guy's name? Bearclaw?
Bearclaw.
Bearclaw.
Kyle Bearclaw. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Kia. Into his 2nd game. And a pitch up high evens a count of 1-1.
He's the guy I asked you, right? Before the game, saying, how do you, this guy?
I went next door to check it out.
Did you?
Yes. One pitch outside, and it's 2-1. So the night for Nicolino, who goes 5 2/3 so far, touched for 4 runs, 3 earned. Responsible for Castillo at third base. Two and 2.
He didn't punch out anybody, right?
No strikeouts, 1 walk.
Tells you something.
Ends up allowing 8 hits in 5 2/3. What does it tell you? Can't put anybody away, or
tells you that he's got mediocre salad is what it tells you. A little harsh, but it's truth.
In the air to left field. Derek Dietrich coming in. Makes the catch that ends the inning, but the Red Sox score twice. Take a 4-0 lead. Coverage. Billy Jaffe and Andy Brickley will break down the Bruins' depth at left wing. Bruins Summer Face-Off Live is presented by New England Nissan dealers. On to the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox now on top 4-0, getting 2 in the top half of the inning. Stephen Wright back on the mound. It's interesting, you know, National League games, he was coming up next, and they were going to have Hanley Ramirez bat for him, but where it doesn't get to Ramirez, Stephen Wright stays in the game and pitches some more. But he was going to be out of the game if the Red Sox continue to hit in that inning.
That's a tough thing. You got to get it re-gear up, you know.
100 pitches now for Wright. Ryan Cook has been warming in the pen. It was a 2-1.
He's worked hard tonight. They've left 8 guys on. They've had opportunities, but all the opportunities were with 2 outs.
Bases loaded in the 2nd, bases loaded in the 3rd, left 2 on in the 5th. Sharply hit, a fair ball down the left field line. Bradley over to play it as Real Muto will be at second base with a double to begin the bottom of the 6th inning.
Got to throw a strike here. You know, you can't walk him. Fastball down the line, chop, double, easy. I wouldn't think they'd hang with them all that long.
There's Ichiro. 2 plate appearances, a walk, and a fly out to left.
That's the thing about this league. You got to manage. You can't just sit around and just wait and make a pitcher's change when you feel like it. You got a double switch if he's coming up. It just makes it a one night you have to manage.
Whole different world.
Totally.
Kendrick Flores in the pen right now for Miami. And just brought in Bearclaw. There his ball 4 pitches to Ichiro. Second time that Wright has walked him tonight. That's now 5 walks allowed by Wright. Well, stay tuned following WB Mason Extra Innings Live for Red Sox Final. Adam Pellerin and Steve Lyons will preview Eduardo Rodriguez's start tomorrow afternoon. Plus, we'll have the latest on the AL East race. That's tonight on Red Sox Final, presented by Uno's. Barry LaBelle is now going to make the change after a double and a walk allowed by Wright. Pitching change from Miami, 4-0 Boston. Ballparks contest. Upload a video of your backyard ballpark to NESN.com/ballparks. Answer today, and Jerry and I will come visit your backyard. They've changed that now. Apparently, we're only going to the backyard. We're not going in the house, just to the backyard. You don't have to have us in your house now.
They changed?
Yeah, I think so. Into the game is Aaron Cook. Or Ryan Cook, rather. Aaron Cook. He pitched for us before.
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
Here's Ryan Cook. 2015 with the Oakland A's, 4 games. Was 0-2 with the Athletics. And Cook acquired from Oakland at the trade deadline. Exchange for a player to be named later or cash considerations. Here's a fly ball to right field. Rusney Castillo over to make the catch. Tagging at second base and heading to third is Realmuto. Throw goes there. He'll get there on the slide. One down in the inning.
Boy, you see the arm strength there by Rusney out in right field. It's hard to get something on this ball when you're going towards the seats. Turn around and throw it all the way, one hop to third. You see him get in position to throw it, and he just airs it out. Shouldn't even be that close, but that's some arm strength right there.
And the pinch hitter here, Casey McGehee, with one out. Runners at first and third. And he takes strike one.
You see the 95 there by Cook. You know, a couple years back he threw the ball good for the Oakland A's. You know, all-star team one year. He's had a lot. He's had some saves.
2 appearances with Pawtucket. This is on the ground right side, and Holt from the outfield is throw with a good stretch from Ortiz. Gets him as a run scores. Realmuto comes in, and the Marlins are on the board, but a nice rangy play from Holt and a good stretch by David Ortiz for the out.
They both made great stretches on this. Holt stretching the first time. That's all he's got. Stretched all the way out, end of his glove, catches his balance. That was the key there. Get your balance so you can throw the ball, and then stretch by Ortiz gets out of the way, but went a long ways for that ground ball.
So to second base goes Ichiro with 2 down in the inning now. It's back up to the top of the order, and D. Gordon. And 7-year-old D. Gordon. Son of a former Red Sox pitcher, Tom Gordon. First started his major league career, first 4 years with the Dodgers. Slices it foul and is down on the count 0-2.
You see that arm action, kind of deception, you know, a little deceiving to the hitter. Sort of hooks his wrist. Kind of funky is what it is, throwing that hard.
You go from Wright throwing the knuckleball to this. I imagine it'd be a big difference. 0-2 pitch. High at 95, 1-2.
See how he wraps his wrist a little bit, a little kink there.
Kind of hiding it there for a moment. High and tight, 2-2.
When he has issues, it's control issues, and you can see why with that funky delivery. Not so much delivery, it's just how he wraps his ball when he goes and gets it behind his back.
In the air down the left field line, foul. A little late on that.
See a little kink there. See how he wraps it right there. Hooks it. Gets on the hitter. 95 helps.
Full count now.
He gets real quick on his breaking ball. He hooks it and just sort of hadn't thrown a breaking ball, not even close.
Payoff pitch to D. Gordon. And it's lined to right center field. That's going to get down. Betts will cut it off. Around from second base comes Ichiro to score. It's an RBI single. And it's now 4-2. Red Sox have the lead.
Looking fastball on a 3-2 pitch, especially after that ugly breaking ball that pitched before. But when he hit this ball, I thought it had a chance to be a double. Fastball, he stung it. I thought this was in the gap. You see that Mookie Betts gets to this ball in a hurry to hold the speedy D. Gordon to a base hit. You see, watch the throw. After he gets to this ball, turns around, he throws a one-hopper to Bogaerts right there. That's what was impressive about this play. Not so much getting to the ball, but throwing it one hop on the bag.
Now Carl Willis, pitching coach, out there to talk to Cook. More action in the Red Sox pen. Just back with Boston again. Tommy Lane, the left-hander, up in the pen. And the Marlins scoring twice so far here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Double and a walk started the inning for Wright, and then he left, so he is charged with the 2 runs that have scored in this inning. MLB.TV Premium is the #1 live streaming sports service. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in true HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.TV for details. Martin Prado, potential tying run at the plate now for the Marlins. He'll take strike 1 right down the middle at 95.
D. Gordon, 34 stolen bases. You got to be careful here, obviously, but been caught 14 times. That's a lot.
Throw to first, and he throws it away. Up the right field line now as D. Gordon will get to second base. Holt runs it down in foul ground.
Trying to be too quick on his pickoff. Big lead, but this ball hit the dirt. No, into the runner. Ortiz can't get it. Ball's too close to the runner. Ortiz is not the most nimble guy in the world either.
Well, the air charge to Cook on the throw. Gordon now into scoring position with 2 down. In there for another strike. Right back to the fastball again.
Prado takes 2 fastballs right there.
Swinging now, and he fouls it off to the right as he gets another one. A lot of fastballs from Ryan Cook in his debut.
You talk about a defensive swing right here. This ball, does it have plate?
That's an emergency swing right there. Stays alive, fouling it back. Those closing games for AAA Nashville, Oakland's AAA venue. 30 relief outings, had 8 saves, 4-1. In here in the 6th inning, trying to quiet the Marlins. And a swing and a miss, elevated that fastball and strikes out Prado. But 2 runs for Miami. It's 4-2 Boston. kids in attendance to receive a free lunchbox. Visit redsox.com/promos for more information to purchase your tickets now. Well, the Marlins getting 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-2 Red Sox as we head to the 7th inning. And a new pitcher now for Miami. Henry Flores into the game. 4th appearance, 0-1. 3.60 earned run average. 2 walks, 2 Ks. And opponent sitting at .333 against the right-hander. A pinch hitter for Boston in the pitcher's spot, Alejandro De Aza. 266, 6 homers, 29 runs batted in. De Aza, Betts, and Holt scheduled to bat here in the 7th inning. So Nicolino was charged with 4 runs, 3 earned. As the first pitch bounces in for ball 1. Their Claw ended up going a third of an inning. The only batter he faced in Jackie Bradley to end last inning. Fly ball foul off to the left, evens the count at 1-1. 31,951 on hand tonight. 31,951. Red Sox returning to Miami for the first time since 2012. Off balance cut there by De Aza. On the ground to first base, picked by Bohr, as he'll take it himself to the bag for the first out of the inning. Well, tomorrow at 3, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. Adam Pellerin and Steve Lyons will be joined by Alex Spear to talk about the young talent on the Red Sox. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 3. Final game of the road trip tomorrow between the Red Sox and the Marlins. 3-city tour. Here is Mookie Betts with 1 out in the 7th inning.
They did change that to a double, right?
They did. So that'll make the runs all earned. A 3-hit night now for Mookie Betts.
And give him another RBI.
To right field this time. Ichiro has room. And he makes the catch for the second out here of the 7th inning. And Flores trying to have a shutdown inning after his team came back with 2 runs. There's the first 2 outs here of the 7th. Here is Brock Holt. He was grounded out to second base, walked and popped out to short. Tommy Lane warming in the Red Sox pen, the pitcher's spot, and a pinch hitter in this inning as it is fouled off.
I'll tell you what, the Marlins can throw some guys at you that you never heard of. That pitching staff, starting with the starter. Tomorrow we're going to get another left-hander we've never heard of. The way it's been going lately, you'd think it was September.
We know Eduardo Rodriguez going for the Red Sox. 6-4 on the year, matched up against Adam Conley, getting the start tomorrow. Lefty.
Doesn't throw real hard.
Foul to the screen. 2-2. Xander Bogaerts on deck here in the 7th inning. Red Sox had a 4-0 lead. It's now 4-2. On the ground to D. Gordon at second base. Throws out his counterpart, and Brock Holt. 7th inning stretch, 4-2 Boston. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now on southwest.com. Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. Thank you, New England, for 60 great years. Your local Subaru dealers. And by Uno's, committed to the craft of pizza since 1943. Back in Miami, where the Red Sox have a 4-2 lead over the Marlins. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time now for the Geico Red Sox moment, honoring the 75 season of their 113th game. Red Sox lost to the A's 3-2. Ken Holtzman got the win for Oakland. Now it's bottom of the 7th, and new pitcher for the Red Sox. First pitch in there for strike one.
Tommy Lane, he's back. Did a nice job for the Red Sox early on, then ran into some trouble, really about control issues more than anything else.
He was on the opening day roster for the Red Sox to begin the year. Third stint now at Boston.
You got to be careful with him against right-handed hitters. What you got to do, you get your. Sometimes they went too far with him.
Let's see Gondo up in the pen. So Ryan Cook and now Tommy Lane in relief of Stephen Wright, who's charged with the 2 runs the Marlins have. Just missed. Derek Dietrich 1 for 3 tonight. Single to right field in the 3rd inning, followed by Justin Bohr here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And a leadoff walk allowed by Lane here.
Just missed closely twice in that at bat, but that doesn't help things. Leadoff walk, not a good thing.
This summer, experience Cirque Eloise ID. Hip-hop meets West Side Story in a show-stopping performance that's been keeping audiences on their toes for 20 years. Foxwoods, the official casino and resort of the Boston Red Sox. Book your tickets at foxwoods.com. Lead runner on here in the 7th inning for the Marlins. Justin Bohr has struck out, single to right, and walked.
The zone looks pretty small right now.
Mike Dunn warming in the pen. Two and 0 and another close pitch.
Can't seem to find it. You center one right here. This kid's got some pop. Last pitch, just opposite location, sitting outside. He throws it inside.
On the ground outside of first and foul.
Sandoval playing second base, really. I don't know what position that is. That's not even second base.
Three and one. Lane walks the first batter. Now he gets behind Bohr. 3 and 1. See his base hits where they've gone this year. Center and right.
Keep it down.
Too far, and it's outside. Back-to-back walks for Lane. Recipe for disaster here in the 7th.
You got to go get him, don't you? Let's go.
And here comes Lovello now. And Alexia Gondo up in the pen, brings him in to face the lefties, walks them both to begin things here in the 7th inning. And his return to the Red Sox. We'll have a pitching change with Boston on top here, 4-2 for the moment here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Adam Pellerin and Steve Lyons will break down David Ortiz's pursuit of 500 career home runs. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? 2 on, nobody out here in the 7th inning. Cole Gillespie is squaring and he fouls it back on the bunt bid.
Not a real good attempt at a bunt. Didn't keep his nose in there.
Gondo into his 46th game of the year, 2-0, 3.88 earned run average.
How about this bunt attempt? You're talking about the 5th hitter in the lineup. You'll see that in the American League.
Swearing again early. And he gets it down. Gondo will sling it to first, and it'll be off the bag for Brock Holt to retrieve that throw, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. I think Sandoval wanted him to let that go by. He might have had the better opportunity on the throw.
Gondo messed the whole play up right here. This ball's bunted perfectly hard for the third baseman to field it. He's waiting for it, and Gondo gets in the way. This play is Sandoval's all the way, off balance throw, no chance, bases loaded, nobody out.
So a bunt single, second into the night for Gillespie. Bases are loaded, and here is JT Realmuto. Hey, look at the way this inning began.
Yeah, this is not pretty.
Tommy Lane walking back-to-back batters to begin the inning. Dietrich at third, Bohr at second, Gillespie at first. Line to right field. Castillo coming in to make the catch for the first out as he fires homeward. And it is blocked there by Swihart. Not trying to score from third was Dietrich. He just went back to the bag. 1 out.
Dietrich was off the bag. He didn't go back to tag up. This ball is hit on the line. I thought it was going to drop in. Ball stays in the air long enough for Rougenet to get to this ball. with his arm at the plate, you don't want to challenge it anyway with nobody out.
So one down here in the 7th inning, and here is Ichiro. Fly ball to deep right field. Castillo going back onto the edge of the track to make the catch as Dietrich will tag at third. He will score. Tagging at second and moving to third is Moore, and it's a one-run game. It's now 4-3 Boston.
Well, Ichiro gave that a ride. I mean, warning track, especially in this ballpark. You don't expect him to go bridge there, but that was scary. Fastball. He turns on it. Hits this ball in the air, skies it, or this ball is a slam. Easy sacrifice fly, but this ball to the track. Thank goodness you're not in Yankee Stadium.
So first and third, tying run 90 feet away now. Echeverria the batter. And that one blocked nicely by Swihart, who saves a run.
He didn't want to hang one, and he didn't. He shoved that ball on the ground. Nice play by Swihart. You see the slider, he doesn't want to hang it, and he didn't hang it. He almost threw it back to the screen. It's the play of the game right there.
Two and 0. Neither pitch close. Run in this inning, charge to Lane, responsible for Bohr at third base.
Gundo not very sharp. Obviously, he doesn't know where his breaking ball is going.
Tomas Tellis has come out on deck here. There is a strike at 96 that time from Agondo.
Another fastball away. Forget about that slider.
Another strike, bottom of the zone.
Boy, he dotted him out there in the corner.
Echeverria didn't think it was a strike.
Man, this is paint. This is a pitcher's pitch. Can't do anything with that.
Two balls, two strikes, two down. First and third here for the Marlins, and what now is a one-run game. And he strikes him out on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Red Sox take a 4-3 lead to the 8th. Let's take a look at the updated Red Sox box score. 4-3, Red Sox have the lead, holding on here by a run. As back to the mound, Kendrick Flores. Xander Bogaerts leading it off in the Boston 8th inning and taking a pitch inside. Flores pitched the 7th inning, back out there to begin the 8th, and a 1-2-3-7. And a pitch in there for a strike. Well, Gondo ends up coming back on a pretty good fastball to end that inning, kind of blew him away.
Yeah, I'm glad Swihart called a slider and then he shook it off. Thank goodness. Forget about that slider.
Couldn't throw it for a strike.
No. Good velocity. What, 96 last throw?
Able to strike out Echeverria to end the inning and leave the tying run at third. And now the Marlins have left 11 men on base for the first 7 innings. 2-2 to Bogaerts. Foul back to the screen. Xander tonight has single to left, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play, and single to right. There's 2 of 9 Red Sox hits in the game. Swing and a miss, and Bogaerts strikes out to open up the 8th inning. First strikeout for Flores since coming into the game.
A little deception in this delivery. That 92 looks a lot harder. You see the fastball here. It looks like it's 100, but it's right there, and Bogaerts swings through it.
Leak Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. Well, he gets the first out of the 8th, and we'll be headed out of this ball game. A pitching change for the Marlins. Red Sox on top 4-3. Record right now for the Red Sox, 5+2 earned runs. Mookie Betts in his return tonight, 3 hits in 4 tries, and Jackie Bradley Jr. 2 for 3 in the game. Nicolino on the hook right now for the Marlins, giving up 4 earned runs in 5 1/3 innings. 1 out here in the 8th inning. David Ortiz bats and takes a pitch very high for ball 1 from the new pitcher Mike Dunn. 50th appearance of the year, 1-5 with a 5.40 ERA. 44 strikeouts to 16 walks. Opponents hitting at .252 against Dunn. Third time he has appeared against Boston in his career. As Ortiz fouls it back and evens the count at 1-1.
Dunn having a kind of a disappointing season for them. He's their big arm left-hander for jobs just like this.
Marlins in the shift on the right side. And Ortiz pops it up foul, back and out of play. On deck, Pablo Sandoval. Gene Machi up in the Boston pen. So if he's up for the 8th, and perhaps we'll see Tazawa work the 9th.
Well, if anybody deserves it, it's Tazawa out of everybody in that bullpen.
Every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Alltown is New England's premier healthier convenience retailer. There's a pop-up foul ground that will reach the seats. Eduardo Rodriguez will be on the mound tomorrow. We play late day baseball, 4 o'clock start here in Miami tomorrow. 2-2. And Ortiz fouls it off the shoe tops. Henry Flores went an inning and a third, had a strikeout. Now Mike Dunn in with 1 out, bases empty. And Ortiz takes ball 3. Swing and a miss, and Ortiz strikes out. Flips the bat in frustration. 95-mile-an-hour fastball that he chased, 2 down.
Looking fastball, gets fastball. This ball is up out of the zone, but he's so geared up for it that he just lets it fly. You see him behind this and flip his bat, but he went back and got it quickly.
Two down here in the 8th, and it brings up Pablo Sandoval taking a hack at the first pitch. Skies this one and foul ground. Bohr over by the dugout will have a play. A 1-2-3 8th inning for Marlins pitching. The Red Sox holding on to a 4-3 lead. Only time Red Sox fans have a chance to see the Red Sox here in Miami tonight and tomorrow afternoon. Red Sox have a 4-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Defensive change for the Red Sox. Travis Shaw taking over at first base for David Ortiz. And into the game, Gene Machi. His 5th appearance in a Red Sox uniform. 7.36 earned run average. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Opponents hitting at 200 against Machi. Looks like he's going to face a pinch hitter in Miguel Rojas to begin things here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
The Red Sox getting a look at this bullpen, this new bullpen. Machi, you saw Cook earlier.
So Machi in here in the 8th inning. Red Sox defensively have Betts shallow in center and over towards right center field. As Rojas takes strike 1 and seemed to fool him.
The sweeping breaking ball, split finger, and his fastball can go what, 93, 94.
We start on that split grip.
Another sweeping breaking ball here.
This one fouled off, but he jumps ahead 0-2. Action for the Marlins. A.J. Ramos, a right-hander up. Red Sox had a 4-0 lead in this game, but it's now 4-3 with the Marlins batting in the last of the 8th. Lavello, the acting manager tonight. If you're just joining us tonight, John Farrell had hernia surgery yesterday in Detroit. Joined the club before the ball game. Was here for batting practice, but did return to the hotel prior to the game. Swing and a miss, and Machi strikes out Rojas, the pinch hitter, for out number 1 of the 8th.
Pretty impressive right there. 2 breaking balls, and he puts them away with a split finger in the dirt. Haven't had to throw a fastball yet. His little breaking ball right down the middle. Fooled him. Back to back right there again. And then this disappearing split finger. Boom.
1 down here in the 8th. And D. Gordon showing bunt, pulls it back. Grabs the attention of Sandoval charging in from third base.
Should stay right there.
And on the grass at third. Two and 0.
You want to walk this guy.
And a single his last time up. 1 for 4 ball game. Also has an RBI. On the ground, just into the game with a nice pick is Shaw on the half hop for out number 2.
Made that look easy. That could have been a disaster. He gets it on the short hop. Just challenges this hop. Picks it. Nicely done.
Two down here in the 8th. And it brings up Martin Prado, who has struck out, grounded out to short, walked, and struck out again. Machi worked on Sunday at Detroit through a scoreless 9th inning to finish off the 7-2 win. Line towards right center field. On the run is Betts. It's going to get by him and roll back towards the warning track. The second goes Prado. With 2 down in the 8th, the Marlins have the tying run in scoring position.
Machi makes a mistake right here. A fastball up middle, and he finds the gap. Prado Fastball, very hittable fastball. He doesn't try to do much with it except find that gap. Double is good enough. Triple doesn't matter. 2 outs, you're in scoring position.
Now Derek Dietrich. Been on twice, a single and a walk. He scored a run. And a swing and a miss there. Did go around for strike 1.
He thinks it's a fastball. This ball just dips late.
Or waiting on deck, the cleanup hitter for the Marlins. Tying run at second base with 2 outs here in the 8th. Marlins have left 11 men on base so far tonight, including the bases loaded in back-to-back innings, the second and third innings.
They've had their chances, but like I said before, with 2 outs, just like now.
2-1.
See if he goes back to that split finger.
Three and one.
Yeah, he's kind of afraid to go at him with a fastball. Not even close here. This split finger never had the plate. Non-competitive.
Machi wants to see the signs again.
I don't know if Machi knows what he wants to do. He's thinking right now.
The 3-1 pitch. And it's inside for ball 4. Dietrich down to first base. A walk here from Machi.
Very tentative.
Carl Willis, the pitching coach, coming out.
He didn't want to make a mistake, is what happened there. He got behind 3-1, and he said, "Don't throw this ball middle." Never really threw him a strike the whole bat.
The inning started off with Rojas striking out. Gordon grounded out to first base. A double by Prado to right center. A walk for Dietrich. 2 on, 2 down.
They're not exactly in sync, Machi and Swihart. Watched every at bat. He doesn't really know what he wants to throw. I mean, Swihart doesn't know what to put down.
Justin Moore, the batter. Lifted down the left field line, foul ground. Sandoval going as far as he can, won't have a play. A fan reaching over.
It's a nice effort right there. Just could not get there in time. Goes into the dive. Uncatchable.
Votto at second base representing the tying run. Dietrich at first would be the go-ahead run.
Guy's trying to yank everything. That pitch was great down and away.
Jumping back out of the way of a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. We're looking at the new look end of the bullpen right now for the Red Sox.
Yes, we are.
Machi here in the 8th. Perhaps Tazawa for the 9th if the Red Sox can hold on to this lead.
Keep this ball away from him.
And he does on that outside corner. Nicely done. 1-2.
Nicely done is right. That's perfect. He might chase this split finger if it's competitive enough.
On the ground right side towards Brock Holt. He'll go to first for the out that gets Machi out of the jam. And the Red Sox take a 4-3 lead to the 9th. Tries out some world famous Cincinnati Skyline chili. You get some toothbrushing tips. And I take the hot seat on Small Talk for the first time. Catch it all on That's the Clubhouse Sunday at noon, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. 4-3, Red Sox holding on to a 1-run lead as we head into the 9th inning. The 5th pitcher of the night for the Marlins into the game here as Blake Swihart leads it off. A.J. Ramos into the game now for Miami. '50th appearance, 1-3. And missing in the first 2 pitches, 2-0. Rusney Castillo waiting on deck. On the ground sharply to short. Echeverria to the backhand. The throw is low but dug out by Bohr. 1 down in the 9th.
Showing it off tonight. Echeverria making it look easy. Little backhand pick. Sets himself. Little pick at the other end.
Well, the Red Sox on top by a run. Looking to close it out tonight is Tazawa, who is warming up in the pen. Here is Rusney Castillo to right field. Ichiro headed over to make the catch. 2 down. Still getting it done as he makes the grab out there in right field. 2 away. H.B. Hood salutes the Red Sox Foundation for its commitment to 4,900 accredited charities throughout New England. Two down here in the 9th. Jackie Bradley Jr. 172 the average. Couple of hits tonight, a triple, a single, and he's flied out to left. Scored twice in this game, and again delivering defensively with a nice catch out in left field. Shaw on deck. Shaw part of a double switch. The pitcher's spot is now the cleanup spot where David Ortiz was.
Not an easy game to manage tonight, right?
No. Ball and a strike now to Bradley.
Could have picked a better game, easier game to manage.
Swing and a miss, and Bradley strikes out to end the inning. Red Sox go very quickly and quietly in the 9th. Tazawa will be on. 4-3 Red Sox. .com/freeze frame to see the photo of the week and have your son or daughter send in a caption that could make it on the next Nesson Clubhouse show. Visit Nesson.com/freeze frame today. Now it's on to the bottom of the 9th inning in Miami. Red Sox holding on to a 4-3 lead, and in to try to grab the save is Shinichi Tazawa. 50th appearance of the year, 2-5, 3.19 earned run average. 0 for 4 in save opportunities, but generally that has come in the 8th inning. 48 strikeouts, 7 walks, and opponents hitting at 247 against him.
If there's one guy in the bullpen that deserves this opportunity, it would be Tazawa. Hasn't had a save since what, 2012.
Generally the 8th inning man for Boston. Fly ball hit to center field by Gillespie. Going back is Betts, and that fast outfield will make the catch. Remember, 418 to center field here in Miami, and Betts has a chance to go back and get that.
Whoa. Gillespie jumps all over this fastball. He didn't get it away. He left it middle, but you can forget about trying to hit a ball out of the center field fence here unless you're Stanton.
Not only is it 418, but the fence is on the tall side too.
And you got to probably hit it 330, 435 to get it out of here.
One out here in the ninth. Realmuto, the batter. Yeah, struck out, flied out, doubled, and last time up, lined out to right field. Marlins have had their chances. They have left 13 men on base. Red Sox have left only 4 on tonight. That's into right center. Gap out there in left center field. 2-0 to Realmuto. And a liner to right center. Castillo over to cut it off. It's a base hit. We had 1 out here in the ninth. Tying run at first base now for Miami. Second hit of the night for Realmuto.
Well, they're getting the fastball to hit. 2-0, that's what you're going to get. He's trying to keep it down, keep it in the ballpark, and he takes what he gave him. Ball sinking back. Take that little base hit to right field. Hit it square.
1 out, 1 on. Ichiro, the batter. He has walked twice, fly to left, had a sac fly. His last time up, picked up his 17th RBI of the year. In there for strike 1, the fastball. Ryan Morris up in the pen now for Miami. Line into left field, a base hit. Realmuto up to second base, tying run in scoring position now for the Marlins.
Marlins making it interesting right here. Nothing but fastballs from Tazawa this inning so far. Saw Ichiro try to leave the ballpark last time up, and he went back to himself again, slashing the ball the other way.
One out, 2 on here for Miami. The tying run at second base, the winning run at first base potentially. And Carl Lewis is coming out again. He's been out a lot tonight.
Hechavarria has had his chances the last couple times up.
Came up with a tying run at third base in the 7th inning, struck out. 1 for 4 tonight, had a base hit back in the 2nd inning.
A lot of conferences tonight, huh?
A lot of them.
A lot with the relief pitchers.
The starter tonight, Wright, went 5+, giving up 2 runs. Pitcher of record right now. Marlins have had chances all night, leaving 13 men on base, and more chances here now in the ninth. 2 on, 1 away. Hechavarria takes strike 1. Generous.
Thank you. He hasn't been all that generous all night. Think about it.
Been pretty tight. Bouncing in, Swihart able to block it. No advance for the base runners.
First off-speed pitch of the night for Tazawa. Doesn't have a lot of confidence in this split finger.
Bounced it in front of the plate.
Don't want to do what happened the other night.
Off to second base, diving back is Real Muto.
I don't think I've ever done that. I'd be so locked into this at bat.
Echeverria fouls it off to the right, and Tazawa's ahead 1-2.
Kind of got away with one here. This ball ran up and in on him a little bit. A little late.
Echeverria fouls it back. Fastball that was up at 95.
Well, he's got him in that swing mode right now.
Tomas Telos has come out on deck again.
Yeah, this ball's up and out of the zone, exactly where he wants to throw it, maybe a little higher.
Uehara lost for the season. Tazawa here. First save opportunity with one out. 1-2 pitch. Two and two. He did try to elevate higher that time. Fastball.
Nothing tricky right here.
Echeverria fouls it off to the right.
Yes, it was tricky. A little breaking ball he threw.
Then something else to think about.
Yes.
A curveball that time.
Wasn't that bad a curveball.
Must be flied out to begin the inning. Real Muto with a single to right. Ichiro with a single to left. 2 on, 1 away. And a 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, gets away, and the runners will advance as Swihart will run it down. Tying run 90 feet away. Winning run now in scoring position potentially for the Marlins. With one out.
All of a sudden they go to the breaking ball back to back. This one in the dirt. Swihart can't smother it. Winning run at second base. Didn't want to hang it, but you got to block that. Ball kicked back.
Full count. Infield now in for Boston.
Back to the gas.
Echeverria hits a fly ball to right field. Castillo out there waiting. Will make the catch from third base. Here comes Real Muto. Throw to the plate is going to be late, and this game is tied. Marlins trail 4-0. Had chances all night, and they come back to tie it up. Potential winning run is now at third base. Is tagging up Ichiro, able to get to third.
Harmless fly ball to right field, but the wild pitch cost him this save. Goes to the fastball. So all he needs to do is get it in the air. Just too deep for Castillo to make an attempt. A close attempt. It's way off line. Tie game.
Tomas Telos pinch hitting here. Ichiro at third base. Ball one. Marlins tying it up here in the ninth inning. 2-0. So the blown save for Tazawa. Wright no longer part of the decision tonight.
Not real sharp tonight with his fastball, and his secondary stuff, you know, was not all that good. He spiked a split finger and then a couple breaking balls.
Tellis with a swing and a miss there. The high fastball.
Boy, Tellis gets a fastball to hit 2-0, and he tries to leave on this pitch.
On the ground, slowly hit towards first base. Shaw will pick it up and tag the bag. And we'll head for bonus baseball tonight from Miami, tied 4-4. Season long, Jack Link's beef jerky. Feed your wild side. Back in Miami, tied 4-4 as we head to the 10th inning. Zhao with the blown save. And the game tied 4-4 to the 10th inning. New pitcher on now. Brian Morris into the game for Miami. 44th appearance. 3-3 with a 2.84 earned run average. 37 strikeouts, 17 walks. Opponent sitting at 279 against Morris. As Shaw leads off here in the 10th inning. Ten in a row retired by Marlins pitching. Red Sox have not had a hit since the 6th inning. Now being out hit 10-9. Had a 4-0 lead in this game, but Marlins tie it up 4-4. Shaw will take the strike, 1-1.
You're almost happy that it's a tie. You think about they left 14 guys on base.
Greg Breslow up in the pen. A little bit high for ball 2. Mookie Betts and Brock Holt anticipated here in the 10th inning. Fly ball for Shaw, headed out towards left field, and back there is Dietrich to make the catch for the first out of the 10th inning.
It's like you hit anything high in the air out that and forget about it.
Eleven in a row now retired by Marlins pitching. 1 out in the 10th. And Mookie Betts coming up. He has single to center, single to right, doubled on the third base line, and fly to right. 3-hit night for Mookie. Two and 0.
Running out of players, really.
On the ground to short, Echeverria for the second out of the 10th inning. So 2 up, 2 down. And Brock Holt coming up. Well, grounding out to second in the first, walked in the third, popped out to short in the fifth, and grounded out to second base in the 7th inning. Bogart's on deck. There are 2 outs here in the 10th. Two and 1. Morris becoming the 6th pitcher used tonight by the Marlins. Foul off to the left, and it's 2 and 2. Holt tonight reaching base in the 3rd inning on a walk. 4 for 27 on the trip right now is Brock Holt.
Well, he's been scuffling on this trip.
Fly ball left field. Derek Dietrich again. He'll put it away, and the Red Sox are down in order. In fact, 13 in a row have been retired by Marlins pitching. Tied at 4. 4-4 the score. Into the bottom of the 10th inning we go, as Josh Rutledge takes over at second base for the Red Sox defensively. Brock Holt coming out of the game, and Craig Breslow into the game for Boston, as Breslow becomes the Red Sox 7th pitcher of the night. 35th appearance, 0-1, 1.25 earned run average, 31 strikeouts, 17 walks. Well, it's hitting at .272 against Breslow. D. Gordon, the top of the Marlins order, leading it off here in the bottom of the 10th inning.
Breslow hasn't been out there since New York. It's been a while.
That was a week ago tonight.
Long time.
It's the 7th inning, Tuesday in New York. Allowed 4 hits, including a 3-run home run by McCann.
Well, he'd like to right the ship tonight. Have to sit on that for a week.
Gordon showed bunt, pulled it back. It was called a ball. Pretty good pitch.
I guess it catches the corner. He does call this a strike.
Oh, he did.
Didn't really want to throw it there.
Ball and 2 strikes now, so ahead is Breslow. Line towards left center, Betts on the run, and he can't get it. It's by him to the track of the wall, and Gordon can run. He is headed for 3 bases. Throw goes to third, not close. Triple to begin the bottom of the 10th inning for D. Gordon.
D. Gordon smokes this ball. This is his best bolt to left center field. I mean, he gets a 1-2 pitch, and look what he does with this. This fastball, he crushes this ball on a line. And you think Mookie's got a beat on it, but he cannot get there. This ball was hit so hard. You got to be careful. He's going to get 3 anywhere you look at it. Just don't keep him inside the park here.
Now they're going to put on Martin Prado. So they put him on here intentionally. Prado down to first base. And coming up here is Derek Dietrich. Leadoff triple to begin things here in the bottom of the 10th inning for Gordon. Intentional walk of Prado.
Intentional walk everybody, wouldn't you think?
That or they let him go after the lefties. We'll rely here on the lefty-lefty matchup. And Dietrich fouling it off over by the Marlins dugout.
Boy, is he anxious or what? Outfield in, obviously.
Everybody headed to the mound here to talk to Breslow, the entire infield.
Got to keep something down. Just jammed him with a fastball. You think maybe he'll chase something.
Runner goes at first as Dietrich takes strike 2. Otto taking second base on the defensive indifference.
Put him away with a breaking ball.
Dietrich grounds it foul, stays alive. And Swihart meeting again with Breslow. Gordon with a leadoff triple to begin the bottom of the 10th inning. Potentially walk Prado, who has taken second base on the defensive indifference. Now Derek Dietrich trying to win it here for Miami. Breslow ahead of him, 0-2.
All fastballs up to this point.
Swing and a miss, and Dietrich strikes out. Fastball again, and that one was up to get him.
It's exactly what he was trying to do the last pitch, but he got to it. It's a tantalizing fastball up out of the zone. That's a big pitch by Breslow. Did what he's trying to do.
Now Justin Bohr, the cleanup hitter. Been on 3 times, a single, 2 walks in the ball game tonight. Bohr takes at here 1-0. Winning run 90 feet away, and D. Gordon. Bohr lines it to left center field, and that's the ball game. From third comes D. Gordon. The Marlins come from 4 runs down to walk off with a win tonight in Miami, 5-4. It all started with a triple to left center field for D. Gordon.
They finally threw him a breaking ball. Out of all those fastballs just punched out Dietrich on, the first breaking ball he throws, Bohr hammers it to left center field. Ball was up. Ball game.
Toyota play of the game. The walk-off hit. And the Red Sox dropped the first game of this series. The back end of the bullpen not doing them any favors. Zhao with the blown save. Breslow with the loss, as it turns out. And the Marlins secure game 1 of the series as we send it to Adam Pellerin.